This is really an amazing time for oceanography in the nation, and specifically for the Navy. So what we have with our Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral John Richardson, is someone who's been to MIT Woods Hole grad. And so he visited me I think you've read my bio, but I have two main jobs. I'm his oceanographer, so that's the resourcing and policy of oceanography in the Navy, oceanographic capabilities. And then I have the operational job where I command all the Navy METOC, Meteorology and Oceanography forces, and that's at Stennis Space Center in Mississippi. And so he visited me in Stennis a year ago and saw all our capabilities, a lot of the unmanned underwater capabilities like gliders and AUVs, and our survey ships and the databases we maintain and the models we run at the Naval Oceanographic Office, and he was pretty impressed. The goal is basically to keep that advantage, is to really up our game in ocean science across the country with the focus on Navy relevant capabilities, primarily physical oceanography and underwater acoustics, but not only. Really, it's everything, I think, that'll help us stay ahead. The purpose of the task force is a very focused near-term effort, and that's to develop a 5-year roadmap to really bring up U.S. national capability as well as Navy-specific capability. And I'm the co-director of this task force is Rear Admiral Dave Hahn, who is the Chief of Naval Research. Also, prediction is a really key part of it, so improving our models, our physical models of the ocean, the ocean surface. And again, I think the atmosphere needs to be applied because it's a coupled system we're talking about, and being able to predict it at a longer lead time, higher resolution, and more accurately is the goal here. And then, as I mentioned, our workforce, some of our leaders, especially in underwater acoustics, they're aging out with no one to replace them. And so we really have to focus on that, and as well as in my workforce at the Naval Oceanographic Office and other commands that are under me, is a targeted campaign to recruit and maintain, train, and advance our people. Most important part of this, probably. And then key communications, of course, are important, because part of this is just showing leadership to the ocean science enterprise will go a long way. And if the Navy says it's important and our top naval officer does, that kind of it has a little effect. We've only explored about 5%, we've only mapped about 20%, and 100% of it is changing more dramatically than we've ever seen in our modern history. And so that environment is the Navy's operating environment, the oceans. And so really knowing the oceans better than the adversary is what we need to stay ahead. You know, our goal is to know the oceans better than Neptune himself.